Hi everyone, welcome to Sweet Pieces Inspirations. My name is Sydney and today we are going to learn how to do the Cherry Blossom Crochet Beanie, which is specifically designed for a small child. Now I do have two different beanies here that are two different sizes. The beanie that I did in the tutorial today, I used a 4-weight yarn along with a 5.5 millimeter hook. And then the one that I did a few weeks ago, I used the same weight of yarn, a 4 millimeter, or not 4 millimeter, but a 4-weight yarn, but a 6 millimeter hook. So the sizings do kind of differ, but they are the same stitch count. Now, the one in today's tutorial will fit a toddler between the age of 1 to 2 possibly, and then the one that I did a few weeks ago fits my 4-year-old perfectly. Now if you're wanting to know about the sizing or the gauges for both of these beanies, they will be down in the description box. So you are going to need a hook size depending on what size you're trying to achieve, either a 5.5 to a 6 millimeter hook, but you're also going to need some scissors along with a darning or tapestry needle, and of course your yarn that needs to be a 4-weight yarn. We will be working from brim to top. The brim consists of a 1-row repeat, which is a 2x2 ribbing, for a total of 3 rows. Then for the body, we will work a 2-row repeat for a total of 6 rows. And then for the top, of course, we'll be working some decreasing stitches. So go ahead and grab your yarn, grab your hooks, and we'll begin. So we're going to start by chaining a total of 51 stitches, and I'm going to show you a little trick to keep your chains from twisting, because we are going to be connecting the very last chain that we do with the first chain that's right by our slip stitch together to make the big circle for our brim. So usually what I'll do is I'll chain a total of 10 stitches, and then I'll go ahead and insert my hook from the back of my chain where that slip stitch is into that very first chain, and then I'll start chaining again. So this kind of helps keep your chain from twisting. So I'm going to go ahead and continue chaining my total of 51 chains. So once you have in total your chain of 51, we're going to go ahead and slip into that very first chain here. And you want to just making sure that your chain is not twisting in any direction. Then we're going to start off with a chain of 3. This is not going to count as a stitch. And then we're going to go into the very first stitch here, and we're going to place a double crochet. And we're going to place a double crochet in each of our stitches. So once we have came back around, we should have 50 stitches. So go ahead and do that. So again, you should have a double crochet in each of the 50 stitches. Once you have all 50 double crochets, you'll go ahead and slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. And so now what we're going to do is a 2x2 ribbing. So we're going to do 2 front posts, 2 half double crochets, 2 front posts, 2 half double crochets for the next 3 rows. So it will be a 1-row repeat for the next 3 rows. So we're going to start off by a chain of 3. So 1, 2, and 3. We're going to go to this very first post here and place a front post double crochet. And then we're going to go to the next post and place a front post double crochet as well. And then we're going to go to the next 2 stitches and place a half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then front post in the next 2 stitches. So that is our 2x2 ribbing, and that is the repeat unit. So we're going to go ahead and finish up this row, and then we're going to do 2 more rows of the 2x2 ribbing. Once you have made it to the end of your row, you will go ahead and slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up all 3 rows, and once I have those completed, I will meet you for the body of our beanie. Now that you have all 3 of them rows completed, we're going to now change our colors. So I'm going to go ahead and insert my hook into that top of the chain 3, take my secondary color, and then pull it through that chain 3, creating a slip stitch. And then I'll go ahead and tie those 2 pieces together so I'm not creating a big loop. And now we can start working on the body. So I'm going to go ahead and chain 1, and then I'm going to place a single crochet in each of the stitches. So once you come back around, you should have a total of 50 stitches. I'm going to go ahead and complete this row. Again, place a single crochet in each of your stitches. Now we have a 2-row repeat that we are going to be working for the next 6 rows, and I will be doing these with you. So we're going to start off by the first row. Go ahead and chain 1, and we're going to go into the very first single crochet here and go ahead and place 1 single crochet. Then we're going to chain 3, so 1, 2, and 3. We're going to go into that same space and place 3 double crochets. Again, place 3 double crochets into that same space. And once you have all 3 double crochets, we're going to go ahead and skip 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that is going to be the repeat unit. So after you have skipped 4 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, we're going to go into that 5th stitch, and we're going to place a single crochet, chain 3, so 1, 2, and 3. Into that same space, place 3 double crochets. Go ahead, skip the next 4 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and in that 5th stitch, place a single crochet, chain 3, so 1, 2, and 3. Back into that same space, place 3 double crochets. One more time, I will work it with you. So we're going to skip 4 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go into that 5th stitch, place a single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Go into that same space and place 3 double crochets. So go ahead and continue that repeat unit until you have made it to the end of your row, and then we'll start working on the second row repeat. You'll skip these last 4 single crochets, and we're going to slip stitch into that chain 1 from the previous row. And then now we are going to be working on the second row repeat. So we're going to go ahead and chain 3, so 1, 2, and 3. We're going to go into that first single crochet and place a double crochet. go ahead and chain 2, so 1 and 2. We're going to go into the chain 3 space of the previous row and place a single crochet, chain 2. Then we are going to skip these 3 double crochets and go to that single crochet, and we are going to place a double crochet 3 together. So we're going to go ahead and yarn over, insert our hook into that single crochet, draw up a loop to now there's 3 loops on your hook, and pull through 2. We're going to do that 2 more times. So yarn over, insert your hook into that single crochet, draw up a loop to now there's 4 loops on your hook, and pull through 2. Now there's 3 loops on your hook, and 1 more time. Yarn over, insert your hook into that single crochet, draw up a loop to now there's 5 loops on your hook, pull through 2, and now there's 4 loops on your hook. So now we are going to pull through all 4 of them loops, and that is a double crochet 3 together. And now we are going to start our repeat unit. So go ahead and chain 2, go into that chain 3 space of the previous row, place a single crochet, chain 2, skip these 3 double crochets and go into that single crochet and place a double crochet 3 together. So yarn over, insert your hook into that single crochet, draw up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook into that single crochet, draw up a loop to where there is now 4 loops on your hook, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook into that single crochet, draw up a loop to now there's 5 loops on your hook, pull through 2, and then pull through all 4 of them loops. So that is our repeat unit. One more time. Go ahead and chain 2, go into that chain 3 of the previous row, place a single crochet, chain 2, skip these 3 double crochets and go to that single crochet and place a double crochet 3 together into that single crochet. So once you have that double crochet 3 together, you'll go ahead and continue working that repeat unit, and then I will meet you once I have gotten the second row repeat done. You should have left off with a chain 2. So now we are going to place a slip stitch into the top of that double crochet of the previous row. And that was the second row repeat and the second row for our body. So now we are going to start back on the first row repeat, and this is going to be row number 3 for the body. So go ahead and start off with a chain of 1, and then we are going to place a single crochet into that chain 2 space, and then we are going to chain 3, so 1, 2, and 3. We're going to go back into that chain 2 space and place 3 double crochets. So once you have all 3 double crochets, we're going to skip this single crochet, skip this chain 2, and skip the cluster or the double crochet 3 together here, and we're going to go into the next chain 2 space and place a single crochet, chain 3, so 1, 2, and 3, and then place 3 double crochets into that chain 2 space. So that is our repeat unit. So you always want to place your single crochet, the chain 3 and the 3 double crochets into the chain 2 that is right behind that double crochet 3 together in the previous row. So again, we will skip this single crochet, chain 2, this double crochet 3 together and go to this chain 2 space, place a single crochet, chain 3, and 3 double crochets all into that same space. I'll do that with you one more time. So again, we are going to skip the single crochet, this chain 2 space, the double crochet 3 together, and we're going to go to the chain 2 space that is right behind that cluster, place a single crochet, chain 3, and 3 double crochets all into that chain 2 space. So go ahead and continue repeating that until you have made it to the end of this row, and then I will meet you for row number 4, which is going to be our second row repeat. Once you have made it to the end, we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into that chain 1 that we made at the beginning. And now we are going to be working on row number 4, which is going to be our second row repeat. So go ahead and start off with a chain of 3, and then we're going to go into that single crochet and place a double crochet. Go ahead and chain 2, go into this chain 3 here, place a single crochet, then chain 2, skip these 3 double crochets and go into the next single crochet and place a double crochet 3 together, and once you have your double crochet 3 together completed, go ahead and chain 2, and that is the repeat unit. So once you have that chain 2 completed, we're going to go into this chain 3 here, place a single crochet, chain 2, skip these 3 double crochet, go into that, or not single crochet, but double crochet, go into the single crochet and place a double crochet 3 together, chain 2, I'll do the repeat unit with you once more. So chain 2, go into the chain 3 here of the previous row, place a single crochet, chain 2, skip these 3 double crochet and go to the single crochet and place a double crochet 3 together. So go ahead and continue repeating that until you have made it to the end of row 4. You should leave off with a chain 2, and now we are going to slip stitch into the top of that double crochet that we made at the beginning. And now either you can go ahead and work ahead and do another round of the 2 row repeats, giving you a total of 6 rows, and that is not counting for the row down here for where we just did single crochets, but just the 2 row repeats, or you can work with me for the next 2 rows. So we will be working the first row repeat again. So we're going to go ahead and start off with a chain of 1, and we are going to go ahead and go into that chain 1 space, or that chain 2 space, sorry, and place a single crochet, chain 3, and go ahead and place 3 double crochets into that space. We're going to go ahead and skip this single crochet, this chain 2, and this double crochet 3 together. Go into the chain 2 space that is right after that double crochet 3 together from the previous row. Place a single crochet, chain 3, and then place 3 double crochets all into that space. Again, once more, skip this single crochet, chain 2, and this cluster stitch here. Go into the chain 2 space that is right after that cluster or the double crochet 3 together. Place a single crochet, chain 3, and 3 double crochets all into that same space. So go ahead and continue repeating that, and then I'll meet you for the end of this row, and we will have the second row repeat to complete, and then we'll start working on our decreases. Go ahead and slip stitch into that chain 1 space from the beginning. Go ahead and chain 3, so now we are on the second row repeat and working the 6th row. And place a double crochet into that single crochet, and now we are going to go ahead and chain 2, single crochet into that chain 3 space, chain 2, skip these 3 double crochets, go into the single crochet and place a double crochet 3 together. Chain 2, go into the chain 3 from the previous row, place a single crochet, chain 2, skip these 3 double crochet and go to the single crochet and place a double crochet 3 together. And one more time, I'll work the repeat unit with you. So go ahead and chain 2, place a single crochet into that chain 3 space, chain 2, skip these 3 double crochets and go into the single crochet, place a double crochet 3 together, chain 2, and then continue working until you have made it to the end of this row. Once you have made it to the end of this row, you will place a single or a slip stitch into the double crochet that we first started off with, and go ahead and change your colors. Once you have your colors switched over, we're going to go ahead and start working on our decreasing rows. So we are going to start off by a chain 2, and now we are going to place a half double crochet in each of these spaces here. So first, starting off in that double crochet, we're going to place 1 half double crochet, half double crochet in that chain 2 space, half double crochet into the single crochet, half double crochet in the next chain 2 space, and half double crochet into that cluster stitch, and go ahead and continue repeating that, and this will give you a total of 40 half double crochets. Once you have all 40 half double crochets, you'll slip stitch into the top of that chain 2 space. And now we are going to chain 2 and start working on the decreases. So the first 3 stitches, we are going to place a half double crochet in each. So again, place a half double crochet in the next 3 stitches. And then now we are going to decrease. So we're going to do a half double crochet 2 together, yarn over once, insert your hook into that next stitch, draw up a loop. We're going to go into the next stitch, draw up a loop to now where there is 4 loops on your hook, and we're going to go ahead and pull through all 4. In the next 3 stitches, go ahead and place a half double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. And now we are going to decrease. So go ahead and yarn over, insert your hook into that next stitch, draw up a loop to another 3 loops on your hook, go into the next stitch, draw up a loop to another 4 loops on your hook, and pull through all 4. And we're going to go ahead and continue repeating that until we have a total of 8 of these decreases. So again, in the next 3 stitches, we are going to place a half double crochet in each. And then we are going to do a half double crochet 2 together. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, draw up a loop, go into the next stitch, draw up a loop to another 4 loops on your hook, and pull through all 4. Go ahead and continue repeating that until you have a total of 8 decreasing stitches, but also a total of 32 stitches. We are going to insert our hook into the top of that chain 2 space and place a slip stitch. Now another decreasing row, go ahead and chain 2, and into the first 2 stitches we are going to place a half double crochet. So 1 and 2, and now we are going to do a decreasing stitch. So go ahead, yarn over, insert our hook into that first stitch, draw up a loop, go into the next stitch, and draw up a loop to another 4 loops on your hook, and pull through all 4. Again, we are going to go ahead and continue repeating this until we have a total of 8 decreases, which should give you a total of 24 stitches. So again, in the next 2 stitches, go ahead and place a half double crochet, then do a decrease. So yarn over, insert your hook, draw up a loop to another 3 loops on your hook, insert your hook into the next stitch, draw up a loop, and pull through all 4. One more time, place half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then do a decreasing stitch, and go ahead and continue repeating that until you have a total of 24, but also 8 decreasing stitches. Go ahead and slip stitch to the top of that chain 2 space, and we have one more row of decreases to do. So go ahead and chain 2, then we're going to do 1 half double crochet, 1 decreasing stitch, 1 half double crochet, 1 decreasing stitch, 1 half double crochet, and 1 decreasing stitch. So go ahead and continue repeating that until you have a total of 8 of these decreasing stitches, but also a total of 16. Slip stitch to the top of that chain 2 space, then cut your work, leaving a long tail, because either you can keep it open and leave it as a messy bun, or you can go ahead and pull that yarn through. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread my yarn onto my darning needle or tapestry needle, and then I'm going to cinch the top of my beanie up by going into the back loop only of the stitches here. And once I have went through all of my stitches, I will pull and cinch the top of my beanie. You can do it along the waist too if you would like. And once I have the top of it cinched up, I do like to go around it at least one more time to making sure my ends are sewn in good. And then, other than weaving any loose ends, your cherry blossom beanie is completed. Thank you for tuning in today and creating this beautiful beanie with me. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to give this video a like, share, comment, or subscribe. But I do also have other crocheting and knitting tutorials if you are interested. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.